बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। राधा रानी की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। कस्तूरीतिलकं ललाट पटले वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभं नासाग्रे वरमौक्तिकं करतले वेणुकरे कङ्कणम् सर्वांगे हरिचन्दनं सुललितं कंठे च मुक्तावली गोपस्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपालचूरा नमः कमलना भाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादा नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ध्वं देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। राधा रानी की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, दिव्यात्माओं, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to all of you, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. To our viewers, Facebook, social media, Bhakti TV, etc. Very special Radhe Radhe to you also. And my pranam, my humblest prostrations. Tonight we are at the Fireburn Mandir, and the satsang, as usual, we begin with glorifying the Lord. Tonight we begin with a special part written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, dedicated to Radharani. The eyes of Radharani. Remember, Radharani is another form of Shri Krishna, not two. Radhika Krishna Rupam cha Krishno Radha Swarupakaha. Sanak Kumar Sanghita. The scripture says Radharani is the form of Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is the form of Radharani. Sometimes Radharani comes as Shri Krishna. Sometimes Shri Krishna comes as Radharani. They're one and the same. This describes Kishori Ratanare Daune. The jewel-like eyes of Radharani has a reddish because it's filled with love, it has a reddish color in the eye. It's very beautiful. Jewel-like. Sarasa surati rasa sarasa prema rasa chuvata manahu dinarain. That sarasa, filled with divine ras, divine nectar. The love of Radharani, prema ras, the nectar of that love, of that ras, is flowing from her eyes. Chuvat means to flow, is flowing from her eyes. Nainahu dinarat, dinarain, day and night is flowing every moment. Ati rasa bhare nainahu te ati saras rasile sain. Even more sweet, more blissful than the eye of Radharani is a sideways glance. The sideways glance which she looks at Shri Krishna, at the gopis, etc., deserving souls, filled with that divine bliss. Ghayal karat rain din mohan nain sain atipain. When she glances with the sidelong glances at Shri Krishna, it wounds his heart with extreme pain. A sweet pain, not a pain of suffering, a very sweet pain. It wounds the heart day and night of Shri Krishna. Tadapi bikal pal pal dekhan kaha binu dekhe nahi chain. And even though there's such a pain when she glances at him, he wants to see again and again every moment. Without seeing, he knows no rest, no peace. He wants to see again and again. So kripalu sukh kaun bhane jab bolati madhude bain. Leave that aside. Forget about her eyes. Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu says, even more sweet than that, and this cannot be expressed in words. Who can talk about the sweet when she speaks sweetly? At Shyam Sundar, the gopis, in the sweetest of voice, I love you. This cannot be put into words, the sweetness of that expression. We sing this beautiful, but try to visualize the beautiful eyes of Radharani. Ratnare donain kishori juke. Shama juke. रस प्रेम रस
सरस सुरति रस सरस प्रेम रस
सरस सुरति रस सरस प्रेम रस
सरस सुरति रस सरस प्रेम रस
छुवत छुवत नैन दिन रैन किशोरी झुके
छुवत मनहु दिन रैन किशोरी झुके
छुवत नैन छुवत नैन हु दिन रैन किशोरी झुके
छुवत मनहु दिन रैन किशोरी झुके
श्यामा झुके
श्यामा झुके
राधे झुके
राधे झुके
रत्नारे तो नैन किशोरी झुके
रत्नारे दो नैन किशोरी झुके
अति रस भरे नैन मुझे
अति रस भरे नैन उठे अति
सरस रसीले सैन किशोरी झुके
सरस रसीले किशोरी झुके
राधे झुके
राधे झुके
ओ श्यामा झुके
श्यामा झुके
ओ रत्नारे तो नैन किशोरी झुके
रत्नारे दो नैन किशोरी झुके
घायल करत रैन दिन मोह
घायल करत रैन दिन मोहन
नैन सैन अति पैन किशोरी झुके
नैन सैन अति पैन किशोरी झुके
श्यामा झुके
श्यामा झुके
ओ राधे झुके
राधे झुके
ओ रत्नारे तो नैन किशोरी Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Oh Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Oh Radhe 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 Radhe
Radhe
Oh Jai 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 Shri Radhe
Jai 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 Shri Radhe
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe Radhe
Ratnare Donain Kishori Juke
Ratnare Donain Kishori Juke
Radha Rani ki jai. Again from the book Premnas Madira, written by Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, the fifth original Jagat Guru and topmost amongst the five. The book Premnas Madira, Siddhant Madhuri, we choose in the part tonight. यह जग एक सराय अरे मन यह
जग एक सराय हरे मन
ओ यह जग एक सराय अरे मन
यह जग एक सराय हरे मन
इस सराय में देश देश के
इस सराय में देश देश के
सौदागर सब आए अरे मन
सौदागर सब आए हरे मन
हो यह जग एक सराय अरे मन
यह जग एक सराय हरे मन
In this part, the saint is saying that we have to make the mind realize something. Are man, dress in the mind. Most important thing is the mind. Especially in the spiritual path. God knows only our thoughts and ideas. विचार जो हम सोचते हैं. He doesn't know the physical sense organ. And that's why we don't get benefit. We do everything spiritually. We do puja, we do jap, we sing the bhajan, kirtan of God, we do havan, we do pilgrimage, offer jal, all kinds of things. But only physically. Where the mind is, nobody's paying attention. This is why the saint is saying we have to teach the mind. Mind alone. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. The mind alone is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. Brahma Bindu Upanishad, second mantra. Wait. So, Are Man, Yah Jag Ek Saray. This world, Jag means the world. This whole world. It's like a sarai. Sarai means a tavern, an inn, a small hotel, you can say. People like we are travelers, businessmen especially, and travelers, they are able to come and spend a few days doing their business travels from country to country. Most business in the world, people, they would go and stay in some hotel. So this world is like that, is like a hotel, an inn, a tavern. इस सराय में देश देश के सौदागर सब आए. And in this hotel, which is called the world, the word hotel has just been used to describe this world. People from different countries, they come and they stay in this sarai. Different countries, different forms of life. आकर 4,84,000 योनि भ्रमट यह जीव अविनाशी. Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, Uttarkand of Ramayana, Jivatma, the individual soul, is avinashi, indestructible, eternal, beginningless. But it keeps rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. So we can say 8.4 million forms of clothes, 8.4 million countries. The soul is traveling in all these bodies. So different countries mean different body. In the last life, who knows which body we were in? We could have been the body of a dog, a donkey, a cat, a pig, a worm, a heavenly god, Devata. Punye na punya lokam neti pape na papam ubhabhyam eva manushya lokam. The Vedas say, if we do good action, after we die, we'll get good fruits, we'll go to heaven, etc. We do bad actions, after we die, we'll go to hell. We do a mixture of good and bad action. We come back in this material world in 8.4 million forms of life. We do neither good nor bad. We attain moksha, merge into the formless aspect of Sri Krishna, what is called moksha, mukti. and we go beyond the desire for mukti, we attain bhakti, divine love. Many times people ask, after we die, they come and ask me, Swamiji, Bhaiya, after I die, what's going to happen to me? How do I know? I'm not Bhagavan. Definitely not a saint. This is determined by Bhagavan, by the actions we perform while we are alive, and where our mind is attached. Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tame vaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavitah. Chapter 8, verse 6, Gita. Shri Krishna says, when the life leaves the body, Tyajatyante kalevaram. The word kalevar means this body. Earth, water, fire, air and space. This body we have. When the soul leaves the body, yam yam vapi smaram bhavam. Smaran means remember. Whatever we remember at that time, when the soul leaves. When we say somebody has died, there's a time between what we call die and when the soul leaves. Whether you die naturally, whether you die in an accident, whether someone take off your neck, all that is the same. When the soul leaves the body. That's what is counted. So when the soul leaves the body, what we remember at that time, that's what we're going to become, where we're going to go. And what are we going to remember at that time? Bhagavan, Maharaji. If I am in love with Maharaji, I'm attached to Maharaji, I'm attached to Radharani, Shri Krishna, I'll go to Golok. No doubt about that. Antakali chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastatya sanshayah. Chapter 8, verse 5, Gita. Arjun, at the last moment, when the life leaves the body, what you remember, if you remember Shri Krishna, you remember Radharani, you remember the saint who's Radha Krishna personified, then Shri Krishna says, you will certainly come to me. There's no doubt about that. But how are we going, what are we going to remember? Where our mind is attached. Somebody sent me a text today in WhatsApp. They were reading some philosophy somewhere, maybe Premras Siddhant, and it was saying, if your mind is attached to the world, people and objects in the world, after you die, you will go where that is. You will not go to Bhagavan. And they said, this is so scary. I've been in satsang so long. I go to retreats, I go all over the place, to India, to sadhana, and yet my mind is still attached so much to the world, to my relatives, etc. This is very scary. I say, yes. That's why we have to do sadhana. We have to practice. I see satsangis, they hug up each other and they walk in and not acting. They can't do it without each other. Sometimes some people act, and that's necessary in the world. But this is always doing. Everywhere. And we don't realize what we are doing. On one hand, we are practicing bhakti, to be attached to Radha Krishna, to the saint, and on the other hand, we are practicing to be attached to the world. So we just minus the whole thing. Forget about minus, well, maybe if we just subtract it, it will remain even. No, we go backwards. Because we get more and more attached to the world. What's the use of practicing so much bhakti, sadhana, shedding tears? And you just practicing to be more and more attached to the world. The more contact the mind has with the material world, the more attached it gets. Understand that. Let's suppose a child wants to eat chocolate. Mummy, I want a chocolate. Papa, I want a chocolate. Chocolate. Now, if this is not readily available, the parent says, beta, son, later I'm going to the grocery, to the shop, I'll buy the chocolate and bring it. The child tends to calm down. But if the child knows there's chocolate in the cupboard and sees the box, the cartoon, the desire for the chocolate increases, and that cannot make the child will not become quiet until you give them the chocolate. So the mind in contact with the material world gets bigger and bigger, the attachment. I know I have to love Maharaji, I know I have to love Radha Rani, Shri Krishna, but I like this thing, I like this. We have no idea what we are doing. People even argue and quarrel with me to do certain things. Because they are doing it, I should do it also. Again, forget all that, Maharaji and all this Radha Krishna, come and join us in the world. Get touched in the world. In the absence of it, when it doesn't have the contact, after a while the child may even forget about it. So this will help. When less the mind has contact. The more contact, na jatu kamaha kaman apabhogena shamyati havishya krishna vartmeva bhuya eva vibardhate. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 9th canto, 19, chapter 14 verse. Satisfying the desire Shri Krishna is saying, Bhagavad is saying, is like pouring ghee, fuel in fire. You're doing Havan, Indraya Namah Swaha, you pour the ghee, the pure cow butter, ghee. Vayave Namaha Swaha. So when you pour the ghee, temporarily the fire goes down. When you pour the ghee on top of the fire. But then what happens? It gets bigger. So when we satisfy a desire in the world, temporarily, I'm okay. I felt like eating doubles. I went to Debi, I eat 10. I don't want any more now. If you give me one more, I might even vomit. I don't want any today. Tomorrow, I want more. Everything, material, objects as well as people. Desire doesn't get less, it gets more, it increases. Somehow this philosophy cannot get into our head and sit in there. We've heard this. Thousands and thousands, we've read it, heard it. It just can't sit in our intellect. We keep getting more and more attached. So, like this. Many people come from different forms, whichever life we have become, whatever. And then we walk through that karma, we walk through that prarabdha, and we get back human birth. Maybe it takes a long time, billions of years. It can happen a few years, a few lifetimes. It can happen right away if the bhakti is very great. Yah Jag Ek Saray Hare Man.
Yah Jag Ek Saray Hare Man.
इस सराय में देश देश के
इस सराय में देश देश के
सौदागर सब आए अरे मन.
सौदागर सब आए हरे मन.
ओ यह जग एक सराय हरे मन.
यह जग एक सराय हरे मन.
इस सराय में सोई आवत जो माया बद्ध कहाय. In this hotel, this inn, in other words, this material world, whoever comes here, they are only the material souls, maya bad jeev. Those who are under the control of maya. We come here for a reason, not for punishment. We come here that we can get something. This is God's infinitely causeless mercy. काबहुक करी करुणा नर देहि देत ईश बिनु हेतु सनेहि. Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, very rare, very seldom does the Supreme Lord, who loves the individual soul, bestow upon it birth in the human form. Bade bhagya manush tanu pava sur durlabh sadgrantha nigava. It is the greatest fortune, the greatest blessing, one of God's greatest grace, to give us this, to give the soul birth in the human form. Imagine Devtas, celestial gods, are begging and praying. Sur means Devta. Agni, the god of fire. Vayu, the god of wind. Indra, the king of heaven, the god of rain. This is Devta. They live in a place called heaven, Swarg. We want to go there. We think it's a great place. Yanti devatan devan pitin yanti pitibadha pitindvataha. Chapter 9 verse 25. Those who worship the devatas, if all the rules and regulations are fulfilled, will go to heaven, they'll become devatas. Shri Krishna is saying in the Gita. So we want to go there, we worship them. We have been there uncountable times. Enjoy for a little bit and come back here and suffer. They are praying because this Human body is the only thing that can make us free from Maya. So Maya Bad, those who are under the bondage of Maya, we're given a chance to come in this world. Maya Tit, the three kinds of souls. Maya Dheen or Maya Badh, Maya Tit, Maya Dhish. Maya Tit, Maya Badh Jeev, we who are under the control of Maya. Maya is controlling us. Has made us forgotten who we are. Dva suparuna sayuja sakhaya samanam briksham padikasva jate tayuranyaha pipalam swadatya nashnan nanyu abhichakashiti. Shvetashvatara Upanishad, chapter 4, verse 6. The Vedas say, there is a tree, on the tree there are two birds sitting. One bird is Jivatma, the individual soul, we people. One bird is Paramatma, Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. One bird is turned the back to the other bird. This is a position, Bahirmukh. That bird is eating the bitter fruits of the tree. That's us, Jivatma. We have turned our backs away to God, from God. Have forgotten who we are. Maya has taken hold of us. Eating the bitter fruits of the tree, looking for happiness in the material world. The tree is the world. The objects and the people in the world are the fruits. All we are getting is pain and suffering. And God is right here. True happiness. So all three make up the world. Saints come in the world all the time, but they're not bounded by Maya. Maya has no effect on them. They're beyond Maya. Sada pashyanti surya tad vishnu paramam padam. Sakyayani Upanishad. The Vedas say, once we become free from Maya, once we attain God realization, Maya can have no effect on that soul ever again. So saints do come. But majority of the souls in this world, we are Maya Bad. And there's Maya Dhish, Bhagavan, who is the governor of the saint as well as the Jeev, individual soul. He is the governor of Maya, Maya Dhish. So you can say he is the owner of that sarai, that hotel, that inn. He is the owner. And there are all kinds of people in that inn. There are also some great doctors in the inn, in that hotel. Somebody gets sick, you need a doctor. So there are doctors there to help. The doctors are the saints. To cure us, to make us realize that we are not the body, we are the soul, Atma. If we listen to them, fine. But we don't. So, all the souls that come in this hotel, in this world, they are Maya Bad, material. There are few, very few. The saints don't come by hundreds and thousands. 1, 2, at a time, maybe 1. A saint comes in this world. Very rare, but they come. Sometimes Bhagwan himself comes as a saint. But most of the souls are under Maya. We're suffering. We're looking for happiness. We're not finding it, but we're looking in this hotel. यह जग एक सराय हरे मन।
यह जग एक सराय हरे मन।
इस सराय में सोई आवत जो,
इस सराय में सोई आवत जो।
माया बाध कहाय हरे मन।
माया बंध कहाय हरे मन।
ओ यह जग एक सराय हरे मन।
यह जग एक सराय हरे मन।
सो इस सराय में को कमात है और कोई धन मूल गमाए। In this hotel, some people, well, they are businessmen. Most the businessmen come and look into acquire something. And so we all looking for something. We're searching for a priceless jewel. Priceless. No money can buy. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, Panchama Purusha Soi Prem Mahadhan. Divine love, divine bliss, divine happiness is the greatest jewel, the greatest, the most precious gem. Mahadhan. And we are all looking for that. Being a fraction of that supreme happiness, supreme bliss, it's our nature to want it and look for it. We can't help it. Mamaevansho jivaloke jiva bhutah sanatanah. Chapter 15 verse 7 Gita. Shri Krishna says the individual souls, Jivatma, are eternal paths, fraction of him. Chinmatam Shri Hareransham Suksham Aksharam Avayam Krishnadhinamite Prahu Jivam Jnana Gunashayam Ved. The Vedas are saying the same thing. The Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal part, fraction of God. Harirdehabitamatma swayam prakritirishvara tatparamulam sharanam yatakshemo ninamiha. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 4th Canto, 29th chapter, 50th verse. Being the soul of all souls, Shri Krishna is the soul of all souls. It's our fundamental nature to love him. We can't help it. We want only him. And because Shri Krishna is happiness, bliss, happiness, sukha, anand, whatever call it name, peace, satisfaction, we all want that. It's our nature to want it. We cannot want anything else as opposed to pay to true happiness. Nobody can claim to want pain and suffering. It's not our nature. So this is the business we're looking for. We're looking for happiness. to buy it, to get it. People spend big money doing yagna. They spend lots of money to go to pilgrimage, to places of pilgrimage. Lots of money to climb high mountain. Don't if you fall and die. Some in things in the world. Something if I buy a plane, a jet plane, I'll be happy. If I have a certain type of motor car, I'll be happy. If I were to have a certain kind of house, I'll be happy. If I have so much money in the bank, I'll be happy. If I could get this kind of girl to get married to, this kind of boy, I'll be happy. If I have this kind of children, I'll be happy, etc. This is a business. We get all those things. All of it. Are we happy? No. Because we're looking in the wrong place. Where there's no happiness. Not even the tiniest drop. Nobody has been able to convince us that the happiness we're looking for we'll find only in Shri Krishna, because Shri Krishna is happiness. Anando Brahmeti Vajanat. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 6. Raso vai sahara sagvam hevayam labdva nandi bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 2 verse 7. Ananda eva dhastat anando parishtat anandah purastat, etc. Chandogya Upanishad. There's bliss and bliss alone about him, to his east, west, north, south, inside, outside, everywhere. That ocean of happiness, bliss is called Bhagavan, God. So, this is a business. Some people come in that hotel and they do good business. Their earnings get double, triple, quadruple. In the world, some people play the stock market, they're lucky, they increase their earning, and some people they play the bad stock and they lose everything. So in this hotel also, some people lose. They lose everything, all their investments. Very few gain. Gain means spiritually. Acquiring true love for God, true bhakti. Mostly we end up losing. We go backwards. We just look to enjoy the sensual pleasures. The pleasures. We're just looking for things in the world. What to see, what to eat, what to hear, what to smell, what to touch. 5 senses. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Shabd, desire to hear. Sparsh, desire to feel, touch. Roop, desire to see. Ras, desire to taste. Gandh, desire to smell. We have 5 sense organs. And desires of these 5 sense organs. We only have 5 desires. We can't have a 6th desire. And all of them is pulling us in the wrong way. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says to Uddhav in Bhagavad, Jihvai kato mapakarshati karhi tarsha shishno nyatasta gudaram shavanam kutaschit grano nyatasta paladvikvacha karma shaktir bahavya sapatnai vageha patim lunanti. Bhagavad. Shri Krishna says, he says to Uddhav, he compares the 5 senses, desires related to the 5 senses, to like 5 wives of a man. A man has 5 wives. Just as each wife tries her level best to attract the husband to herself. to make him that she is the best. She tries her best to attract him. In the same way, each desire tries to capture the heart and thereby leading that person to complete ruin and degradation. And that's what happens. So instead of benefiting, there's great benefit here. In this hotel, you play the right stock 1,000 times, million times. In other words, you get great benefit. You listen to the saints who are there in this material world, in this hotel. They are great, great doctors. I told you, the saints. Even God himself comes as Guru. They try to make us understand. And we listen. Hey, the happiness you're looking for, you'll find only in Shri Krishna. Because Shri Krishna is happiness. This is thinking again and again. Dhyayato vishayan punsa sangasteshu pajayate. Chapter 2 verse 62 Gita. Shri Krishna says in Gita, when we think again and again, bar, that I will find happiness in this person, in this object, we get attached. We fall in love. We get addicted. The whole thing is thinking again and again, bar. People say, oh, I just saw this girl and I fell in love. I just saw this fella and I fell in love. Nobody falls in love. Long ago, people never even see. Huh? And now it is still arranged marriages, not as prevalent as before. You never saw until after you're married. Whatever is there. Forget it. Could be an old man and a little girl. Doesn't matter. Done. And marriage lasts, and people learn to, this is my husband, and this is where I'm going to get happiness, and thinking again. And today you're thinking, this is the boy, and I fall in love. I can't eat, I can't sleep until I find this girl. I get married to her, and you get married, and it doesn't last 1 day, 2 days, sometimes. Huh? Maybe a year. Huh? Look at, this is the thing of the West. You don't get divorced 10 times, you don't have a life. This is the kind of world we live in now. And nowadays people don't even get married anymore. So nobody falls in love. This doesn't happen. Subtly, we don't even know. The thought comes in the mind, this is the boy who's going to make me happy. This is the girl. This thing would give me happiness. Alcohol, this cigarette, this weed, this cocaine, this Coca-Cola, this Pepsi. One lady, she likes that little, what do you call it? The chubby. Orange chubby. Whatever, it's okay. But you get hooked. Coffee, chai. You get hooked. So this is thinking again and again. This constant reflection in the mind that I will get happiness in this person or object, which makes us attached. We call it love in the world. It's not love. Attachment. That person will do what I want, will listen to me, will go with me and do whatever I want. He loves me so much. Oh, he cares about me so much. I love him. And he doesn't listen, he doesn't do. I waste my time. Oh. So much, and I'm behind him only. Nobody has it to give. Where it is found, we don't want to go there. We make it our mind as decision, I'm not going there. Million saints could come and tell me, love only Krishna, I don't care. Don't care. This decision in the mind is all because of that ignorance. This is the Maya. Haven't forgotten that we are the soul, the Atma. Identifying with the body, so the decision from uncountable lifetimes that I will find happiness in the world has become firm, very firm. That's why it's so hard to change. It is so hard. And this is only a saint can help us. When we take shelter, listen to him. Doesn't have to be there physically. Many have met saints physically. We have met uncountable times. Maybe in this lifetime you didn't meet. And you're thinking, I'm so bad, lucky, unlucky. Uncountable times you have met uncountable saints. Did you ever listen? No. This foolish mind would not allow us to listen. That's why Kripalu Mahaprabhu and Gita Shri Krishna is saying in chapter 6, the greatest enemy, Ripuratmana, is the mind, our greatest enemy. We listen to it. We have to make it our friend, Bandhuratma. How to make it a friend? By convincing the mind that the happiness we can find only in Sri Krishna, Radharani. We have to do sadhana, listen to what the saint has told us. So some gain, very few. Majority end up losing everything. We lose this golden opportunity, this human birth. Yah Jag Ek Jag Ek Saray Are Man
Yah Jag Ek Saray Are Man
इस सराय में को कमात है
इस सराय में को कमात है
को धन मूल गमाय हरे मन
को धन मूल गमाय हरे मन
ओ यह जग एक सराय हरे मन
यह जग एक सराय हरे मन
हाँ, और इस सराय में चोर प्रबल है, काम क्रोध बहुताय, and they are very powerful thieves. Chor means thief. Very powerful thieves in this hotel. They will steal everything. Who are the thieves? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Vatsalya, Irsha, Dvesh, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, selfishness. Many powerful, very powerful. These thieves are not easy. Little thing we get angry for. Little thing we get angry. Some people, if somebody even look at them, I know, I saw him looking at me. I saw her looking at me. Arey bhaiya, people have eyes. They go to look. No, I know. I am Antaryami. I know. Jayo. This guarantee, because that's how we think, how we feel. So we judge everybody accordingly. What we are, we judge others the same way. What else are we going to use to judge? What we are, how we are on the inside. This is why even when God and the saints come, जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति देखी तिन तैसी. Tusraj Maharaj says, when we meet divine entities, God or a saint, how we are on the inside is exactly what we're going to see when we look at them. We are governed by three modes of Maya. Tibhir gunamaya bhavairibhi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabhijanati mamebhya paramavyayam. Chapter 7 verse 13, Gita. Three modes of Maya, Sattva gun, Rajogun, Tamogun. One of them is predominating. We are predominantly like that according to our past actions in the past lifetimes. Everybody is different. In the same family, 5 children, all 5 different interests. One say, I don't like baigan. Next one, I don't like pumpkin. I don't like karela. If I don't get something jumping in the pot, I don't want a food. Everybody is different. Sanskars. In the same family, one can be a great devotee. In the same family, you can have someone like a Rakshas. And scientists talk about, genes and peens and... At one time, people wanted to, they still want to, that they can take the genes of 2 very brilliant people and they can make super souls. Hitler had this big thing, and other people still have that thing. Nobody is according to genes. Sanskars from the past. You get 2 super soul, you might get a super donkey. It all has to do with our sanskars. Purva janma kritam karma tad devamiti kathyate hitopadesh. The actions performed in our past life, out of the free will that God has given to us, becomes our bhagya, destiny in the next lifetime. That determines our character, our nature, how we are. How we'll think. It's nothing to do with blood. People wonder that the family, they're saints. In this family of saint, Rakshas is born. Paulus Muni, Brahman, saint, Ravan, Kumbhakaran. And the family of Rakshas, demon, Bhakt, great Bhakt, Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad. What does a parent have to do with anything? Blood? Genes? No. Sanskars. We all have our sanskars. Everybody is different. With different interests. So, and that's why all these diseases are there. Everybody has all of them. Manas rog kachuk mai gaye hai sabke lakhi biralan hi paaye. Kag Vasundaji was asked by Guruji in the Sapt Prashna, the 7 questions in the Ramayana, famous Katha. about diseases of the mind, manasa rog. He told many: greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust. He says, I've told you a few. Kachukamai kai. There are many. Aur hai sabke. As long as we are on the Maya, we have material people in the material world, all the diseases of the mind is there. All. Everybody has all. But Lakhi Biral and Nipai is extremely difficult for the worldly soul to see how bad we are. We can find everybody else. We complain, we'll call, we'll write letters, we will tell people how bad this one is and how bad that one is. In other words, I am great. I am the greatest of saints. I am the best of the best. My Guru, Jagat Guru, Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu would say, Sab ke sab bura hai. Ek baat samajh lo. Understand one thing. As long as we are under Maya, everyone is bad. Everyone. No one is better than anyone. When we die and we go before Bhagwan and all the files are put, once we haven't attained our God realization, infinite sins, infinite. If you subtract infinite from infinite, it remains infinite. That only gets burnt up when we completely surrender. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. When we completely surrender to Sri Krishna, then he says, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami ma suchaha. Chapter 18, verse 66. Then he takes a match, lights that huge storehouse of infinite sin. Infinite pap. Otherwise, until we are under Maya, it's infinite. You subtract infinite, it's still infinite. So how can we think I'm better? All. So these thieves, they steal our bhakti, they steal our peace. You're sitting quietly and doing sadhana, something happens, somebody, suddenly anger, crowd, lust comes, jealousy. And all your bhakti is gone, all your peace is gone. They're big, big thieves. Thieves will steal everything. We have to be very careful. When you go to the hotel, they will tell you, oh, we have a safe, keep your things very... Even the guy who's coming to clean, don't trust him. Keep it very safe, take care of your valuables. Our valuables, our bhakti, our devotion, our sadhana. Protect it. Don't let these thieves come. Don't let the anger, the greed. Yeah, they're there, but try to chase them away. Maharaj is looking at me, Radha Rani, Shri Krishna. And this, and like, how can I let these things come in me? Why am I get angry with anger? Why am I getting angry? This is destroying me. Forget about anybody else. No, we are happy to get angry with somebody. We make plan to take revenge. As though we're doing something great. Yeah, we may hurt somebody, destroy them, but we are destroying ourselves more in that process. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smiti vibramaha. Smriti Banshad Buddhinasho Buddhinashad Pranashyati. Chapter 2, verse 63, Gita. From anger comes delusion. When we get angry, you get angry with someone. Delusion. From delusion, loss of memory. We lose our memory, we lose the power to discriminate. We become animal. And everything is destroyed. Everything. Pranashyati. Instead, focus your mind on Radharani, Shri Krishna, the saint, Maharaji. Don't let this anger come, this lust, this greed, this selfishness, this jealousy. But damn jealous, why can't I be jealous today? If somebody take a thing and cut their hand out, he cut his hand, I'm going to cut my hand too. Does anybody do that? Huh? That person drank some Gramazone poison, I'm going to take some too. Nobody does that. And these are things will destroy us. Oh, he only telling me. Doesn't look at that one, how that one behaving, and look at this one. Arey bhaiya, we have to protect ourselves. Why look at everybody? That only makes us worse. We don't get better. By looking at the faults, that's why Bhagwan Shri Ram says to Shabari, Sapne ho nahi de kahi par dosha. Not even in dream, we should look at the faults of others. Everybody is faulty, everybody is bad. Who doesn't have fault? We even find faults in God and the saints when they come to the world. And who in the Maya doesn't have faults? If you look for faults, you'll find it. But that only makes us, we keep adding more and more. We get worse by doing that. Doesn't get better. It's not medicine. The medicine is sadhana. The medicine is praying. With your dirty cloth, you have to wash it in clean water. With soap and clean water. This clean water is Hari Guru. Radharani, Shri Krishna, Maharaji, the saint. When we think lovingly about God and the saint, that is the pure water. We think about the world, no matter what feeling, it's taking that dirty cloth and putting it in more dirty water and making it even more dirty. So, be careful of these thieves. Yah Jag Ek Saray Are Man.
Yah Jag Ek Saray Are Man.
इस सराय में चोर प्रबल है.
इस सराय में चोर प्रबल है.
काम क्रोध बहुताय अरे मन.
काम क्रोध बहुताय अरे मन.
ओ यह जग एक सराय अरे मन.
यह जग एक सराय अरे मन.
इस सराय में मिलत कृपालु ही प्रेम भजे बल्लभाई. Yes, so we can lose everything, but there's something great we can get in this hotel, which is called this world, this inn. And that's why we have been given this human birth. We can acquire the greatest, most precious gem, which is called prem, divine love. Only in this world, in that hotel called the world. You can't get it in heaven, and you can't go to Golok before we get it. And we cannot do it in the form of a dog, in the body of a dog, in the body of a cow or dog, not even in the body of a devata, celestial God. Only in the human body. We can do bhakti. To find that most precious, supreme, precious gem. I told you, Panchama Purushat Soi Prem Mahadhan. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says the fifth Purushat, which is the therefore, normally we hear about Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha, desire for righteousness, desire for wealth, desire for pleasure, desire for moksha. A devotee doesn't want any of those. He aims there's a higher one which is called Prem. Sakha Param, Paramaarth Ehu, Kariya Ram Pad Pankaj Nehu. Kag Basunuji is saying to Guruji, rejecting the four traditional aims, Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha, he says, there's a fifth which is the highest. And that is called Neha, Nehu, love for the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. We have to do bhakti. Only bhakti will give us that. Sarala sukhad yah marg bhai, mori bhakti puran shruti gai. Only by doing bhakti, Bhagavan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, we can acquire that supreme precious gem, the highest precious gem, which is divine love. And that is in that tavern, that inn, that hotel, which is called this material world, and in the human body. We have a great opportunity, a most wonderful chance in this hotel, this inn, this tavern, which is called the world, Sansar. Yah Jag Ek Saray, Are Man.
Yah Jag Ek Saray, Are Man.
इस सराय में मिलत कृपालु ही,
इस सराय में मिलत कृपालु ही,
प्रेम भजे Balabhai means the brother of Baldev, Shri Krishna. Prem bhaje Balabhai, Are Man. Oh, Yah Jag Ek Saray, Are Man.
Yah Jag Ek Saray, Are Man.
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे।